When you first start making YouTube videos, the same few questions cross your mind. Which camera should I use? What should be my channel name? What should be my channel logo? Which equipment is the best? Should I use external audio gear? Do I need tripods? Is my background good enough? Is my room good enough? Is my location good enough? Is my face good enough? Wait, no, sorry, the last one was from my diary. Let's ignore that. But if you're a 20-something-year-old trying to make millions off YouTube and make viral videos, chances are that all those questions would have crossed your mind at some point. But the thing is that to be successful on YouTube, they are not the right questions to ask yourself. These are not to be neglected, but there is one other question that is much more important to becoming successful on YouTube that you need to start asking yourself way before you do anything else. And that's the question we're going to be talking about today. These are some of my favorite creators. These are all the creators I have loved who have gone to collect a cult-like following in their videos. These are people whose blueprint I try to follow myself in my Sorry, this last one is not. This is just for me. This is not for this video. This is for something else.
Flashback.
Jasrin. Have you seen Jasrin?
End of Flashback.
These are the people whose blueprint I try to follow personally in my own creator journey. Do you notice anything common about all of them? Or let me rephrase that. What's not common about all of these creators? Let me answer that for you. Their gear, their cameras, their location, their background. Biswa and Kanal shot pretentious movie reviews in Kanan's bedroom. Johnny Harris shoots his videos now generally in his home studio. He uses standard camera gear. MKBHD uses $4,000 worth of 8K RED cameras to shoot his tech reviews. David Dobrik uses basic Canon 70Ds with zoom lenses to make his vlogs, and he shoots all across Los Angeles and even the world. Dude Perfect has their own warehouse where they shoot all their videos and trick shots. So there isn't really anything that's common among all these creators, right? Well, there is one thing, which is their success. Each of these people have successfully had hundreds of thousands and tens of millions of followers and people who truly loved their content and were their true fans. So if they all reach the same place, which is being successful on YouTube, they must have something in common, right? Well, yes, they do. But the answer is a little more abstract than what you might like or expect. The only thing common in David Dobrik, pretentious movie reviews, Dude Perfect, Johnny Harris, MKBHD, or any of the other creators who are successful in today's day and age is one simple thing: their idea. The idea of making trick shots in your backyard, the idea of making movie reviews sitting in front of the camera, the idea of making vlogs that are 4 minutes 20 seconds long and completely disjointed, the idea of bringing professional level documentaries to YouTube, the idea of creating extremely high level tech reviews on YouTube. The idea of all of these creators was what is the common thing that brings them all together. It's the idea that differentiates you from your competitors. So the question that we need to ask ourselves is not which gear is best for us or which camera should we use. The question that we need to ask ourselves is, what do we make our videos on? What is going to be my idea? But how do you do that? What does having the right idea even mean, or having a good idea even mean? How do you get it? And how do you know that an idea is right or good once you have it? Now those are the right questions to ask. And the truth is, as cliched as this sounds, there is no right answer. Getting the right idea is a process, and a process that only you can go on by yourself. And although I can't give you the answer to that question, I can show you how you can find it yourself. And that's what this video is going to be about. The way that I think about ideas is very similar to how I think about life. Ideas for me are the intersection of 4 important things. Things that I like, things that I'm good at, clearly not handwriting, things that I can be paid for, and things that the world needs. This is a concept called Ikigai. It's a Japanese concept for finding your purpose in life. Intersection of each of those things yields something different, but it's the intersection of everything together which is what yields you the perfect idea. Something that you can be paid for, something that you like doing, something that you're good at, and something that the world needs. It's this sweet spot that you need to target to have the perfect idea that helps you make the right videos, but also find the direction for you and your YouTube channel. I have modified this very concept to fit into content. The way I think about it is, you need an idea that you like talking about. You need an idea that you're good at talking about. You need an idea that people like to hear, and you need an idea that people need to hear. And that's it. That is my perfect idea generation model. Now let's look at each of those things in specific. How exactly you can find your core idea from each of these individual buckets. First is what you like talking about. This should be straightforward. This is what you love. Something you geek out about, something you're obsessed with. If you have something that you talk about that weirds other people out, thinking, why is this guy talking about this weird topic for so long in so much depth, that's probably it for you. For me personally, it's the things that make me go, I didn't know that. I love behind the scenes facts and stories that show me why things are the way they are all around me. At TFC, we're all people who love everything related to the creator economy. We can talk about business, trends, problems, and anything else, even remotely related to creators, all day long. Find that weird area for yourself. Once you do, it's important to figure out if you're good at it or not. That's where the second pillar comes in. Find an idea that you are good at talking about. Now, not everything that you like is going to be something that you're good at. Understand what you're really good at, not just what you like. This gives you the drive to talk about your interests, but also the baseline talent needed to instantly attract attention. Once you have those two things that relate who you are as a creator, now you need to start understanding your audience. You have to find ideas that people want to hear about. This is pretty straightforward. These are ideas that will definitely work. As Macklemore put it, these are talking topics. They want trending topics. Casey's idea was to share his life, feeding into our general voyeurism. MKBHD's idea was to review tech, feeding into our distrust of expensive products we haven't tried yet. Dude Perfect's idea was to do crazy trick shots that take thousands of attempts that you would never take, but feed into your curiosity if those things are even possible. BBKiVines was all about taboo topics we talk about in our daily lives all the time, but are too shy to admit.
लेकिन घर में पानी नहीं है, गोली चबा के खानी पड़ेगी कुछ चूसने के लिए.
And finally, you have to pick an idea that people need to hear. This is a little bigger than me deal. I personally believe that creating content is about creating change. Making content and creating a distribution network, subtle plug to the previous video, is a superpower. And where there is power,
with great power comes great responsibility.
We're at a time in human existence where there are a lot of negative things happening. War, conflicts, misery, and devastation.
Because the war in Ukraine has begun.
FTX has filed for bankruptcy protection.
A deadly blast in Poland is sending shockwaves across NATO.
In my own small and maybe narcissistic way, I want to bring positivity and change through my content. And I believe so should you. Pick something that you feel people need to hear. But when you combine all of these things together, you get the perfect idea. Something that helps you wake up every day for the rest of your life. Because if it doesn't, you won't put your all behind it. You won't be obsessed with it day and night. You won't be thinking about it while eating your breakfast, while driving your car, while going on a walk, while in the shower, while in the gym, while breathing. And if you're not obsessed with what you're doing, what's even the point? Once you have it, and trust me, it'll take a while. The last part is to package it in a way that makes sense to anyone in under 5 words. I call this the 5-word litmus test. And being able to explain something deep and profound in very simple words is a testament to the fact that your idea is tried and tested. Now, mind you, you don't have to do all of this before you start. This whole process is something that you do while experimenting with your content journey. But this is a process that you have to start your content journey with and keep it in the back of your head until you figure out the answer to this question. And this is so aptly reflected in the videos that Mr.Beast makes. Last to take handoff, Jet keeps it. $1 versus $1 million hotel room. Survive 100 days in circle, win $500,000. I hunted 100 people. I survived a plane crash. Each of these are the story in themselves. I know exactly what to expect from the video even before I have started watching it. And the thumbnail perfectly exemplifies that title and the story. And that's exactly what you and I need to start doing. Start focusing on the idea more than we fixate on what gear should we use, what background should we use, is my logo there on my t-shirt, or are there any special props that I need to use. None of that matters if people can't tell other people what your videos are about. And if you don't focus on the idea, you will never ever get viral growth. I have gone long enough. Welcome to my TED Talk. But that was the video, guys. I hope you liked it. This was the 10th, 11th. This was this week's episode of the Frontrunners Show, where I dive deeper into creators, topics, and everything else you need to know about making content. You can subscribe to our channel if you like this video, and I shall see you next week. Also, I'll put like some other videos on top that you might want to watch the previous episodes. But yeah, I shall see you next week.